Barbies versus Ken, men versus women. That explains society today. In the Barbie movie, before I actually get into it, this is my Barbie movie review and opinion. It's my first time doing a video like this, so if I mess up or sound like I don't know how to talk, I'm sorry. But yeah. If you've not seen the movie yet, I highly suggest you click out of this video and not watch it. Unless you have no interest whatsoever in seeing the Barbie movie, then sure, keep watching. And then you can go watch the movie, come back, and we can talk about it. But yeah, so the Barbie movie, as a movie, I really loved it. I feel like on the up, it had a beautiful message about being human and how beautiful it is to be human. And to just be real and just how beautiful life is and how precious it is. I get this, or I took that away from how at the end, Barbie learns what it's like to be imperfect. She had been perfect her whole life. Up until everything went down with her getting cellulite and having thoughts of death and basically being imperfect, and she was kind of starting to act human in that way, and real in that way. And we all know Barbie's not real, but so that was different for her. And she was freaking out. All the Barbies are like, ew, cellulite, you know, like it was a whole thing. But at the end, Ruth comes out and is talking to Barbie. And Barbie says that she wants to go to the real world and to not be in Barbie world anymore. And Ruth is like, are you sure? You know, it's not going to be perfect. And she's like, well, Barbie, I'm going to show you what it'll be like when you get to the real world. And then she proceeds to give Barbie all these images. And we see it as like a montage slideshow, so we can only assume that's how Barbie was seeing it too, you know? And it was visuals of just people being people, kids laughing and playing, families being together. The videos that she had playing through Barbie's mind were beautiful videos full of love and light, and it had so much feeling in them. And us as viewers, or at least me as a viewer, I felt everything that I was seeing. I felt the love, and I felt the happiness, and I felt the bittersweetness, if that's a word, bittersweetness. Yeah, I felt that. And I was crying like a baby. And just to top it off, over that, all that, if you've seen the video, or the movie, if you've seen it, then you know what part I'm talking about. You know. But it had that Billie Eilish song over it, What Was I Made For? And, because Barbie was struggling with her identity. That's, what a lot of the movie was about too. And, you know, she was starting to wonder what her purpose was. And it was depressing, but it turned out beautiful. But it was very depressing, but it was beautiful because it was real. And I really love how they did that. Like, wow. Like, I applaud the writers and director and producer, and I applaud that movie for that. I really applaud it. I love that. So Barbie sees all that, and then it comes back to, we see Barbie's face after seeing what it means to be human, what it feels like, and all that. And Barbie has tears. She is touched. Side note, her acting, what's her name? Margaret Robbie. Her acting is so top notch. Oh my gosh, especially with that scene. Her acting is so good. But yeah, so what was I saying? We see Barbie's really touched by what it is to be human and real and to live life and what life is like in the real world. She's so touched. And Ruth is like, are you sure now? This is what you get. Is this what you want? And Barbie is so quick to say, yes, that's what I want. And before you know it, Barbie's been sent to the real world, and she goes and sees her gynecologist. She's in the real world, and that's what she wanted. She wanted to feel something real, be part of something beautiful, which is real life. I left that theater. From that scene, I left way different than I went in there. I've always known how precious life is and how beautiful it is, even, but that movie really like reiterated it. It reiterated how beautiful life is, and how even though we're not perfect, it's not a perfect world. It's not a Barbie world where everything's perfect. There's going to be happy and there's going to be sad times. There's going to be cellulite and there's going to be depression. There's going to be, but there's also going to be laughter and love and light. You know, you have to have the bad to have the good, and that's what real life is. And I really loved that so much. So for that, I give the movie a 10 out. But we can't stop there. We can't stop there. We can't stop there, okay? Because have you heard of toxic feminism? Yeah. Do you know what that is? So everyone's all about equality, and I'm all for it. I'm completely for it, you know? In this movie, it starts off with women, or the Barbies, I'm sorry, ruling the world, and the Kens were just kind of living in it, you know? They were left out. But the movie proceeds to kind of flip the script. So Barbie and Ken go to the real world on a specific mission, you know, and then Ken realizes that the Kens of the real world, the men, are in charge and of high importance in this real world. And he's like, wow, I love that. You know, he's empowered and feels like he's important. He can be more important in back of Barbie world. So he's like, I love this. And he's learning about the patriarchy, basically, you know, but he feels empowered because in Barbie world, he is treated as inferior. And so to see that he would be treated as superior in the real world lifts him up and empowers. And so he's like, I have to tell the boys about it. So once he gets back to Barbie world, Barbie land, he tells all the Kens about it. And then once Barbie gets back, she is in shock because the Ken have taken control. Ken took this idea of patriarchy from the real world and implemented it into Barbie world. And that's how things roll there now. So Barbie's like, what's going on? And he's like, it's my world, baby. He's like, we're in charge. And Barbie looks around and all the other Barbies are like housewives and stuff like that. It's like we're back in like the 1900s, you know? And it's like, because even in the real world, I'm a little confused at something, because in the real world, in the movie Barbie, the real world is portrayed as a place where it looked like men were in power, but you also saw women in the workforce too, like in real modern day. Women have entered the workforce. We have achieved equality. Unless I'm genuinely missing something, I could be missing something. I haven't researched it, but by living in this world, I've concluded that we've reached equality, you know? Women are working. And it's not just the men in charge, you know? But I mean, we've had a woman run for president, you know? Even though she wasn't elected, but I mean, anyway, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so Barbie gets back to Barbie world and the Kens are in charge and he's like, patriarchy, yeah. And she's like, oh no, we gotta fix it. So she kind of snaps all the Barbies out of it like, girls, we gotta get our world back. The men are in charge and are treating us as less than and making us feel left out. Newsflash, Barbie, whenever it was Barbie world, that's how you made the Kens. So that's where I was a little confused, but I went with it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with it. Barbie proceeds to convince all the Barbies to help take the world back, and they do. Barbies are in charge again because they tricked the men, the Kens, and the Kens are disappointed. But the women won and the men lost, and according to the movie, that's how it should be. Now, honestly, according to the movie, they're just trying to make Barbie world what it used to be. It used to be Barbie world, and it's just to change it like that. It's like, no, it's Barbie's world, and it needs to stay like that forever. But how is the Barbies being in charge and superiority any better than the men being in charge and the men being the superior? You know, it's like trading one evil for another, I guess say. When really they should just live in harmony and treat each other as equal, you know? But I feel like the movie redeemed itself on that part kind of at the end, where Ken was really down and sad because everything went back to how. And Barbie apologized sincerely for making him feel like, and you know, early in the movie he had wanted to spend time with her, like stay with her every night to hang out and stuff, you know, and Barbie was like, not tonight. And she had never let him stay before because she said it's girls' night and he said every night's girls' night. So I had to that make him feel, you know? Like, if you're a woman watching this, how do you feel if your boyfriend never let you come over because he was like every night's boys' night? You know, you'd feel left out. That's how Ken felt. So I think the movie redeemed itself when she apologized that, and they kind of ended up living in harmony, you know, like kind of living like on the same level. But I feel like they could have been more clear. They could have been more clear about the message of equality versus just women. You know what I'm saying? Women should be winning, but men also should be winning. We should all be winning. We should all be supporting each other and cheering for each other, no matter the gender and no matter the race. You know, equality is equality. Like, so do you think the movie Barbie had a lot of toxic feminism or a lot of messy toxic feminism? Because I feel like it did, but maybe it was trying to fix that at the end of the movie, but I wasn't really sure. I was a bit confused on that. But it is awesome how she apologized to Ken, and we saw this scene where right there at the end, Ken was standing there and he was happy, he felt empowered again. No longer felt like he was underneath the Barbie, but felt like he was something and he was capable of doing anything. And his shirt said, "I am enough," but it had Ken at the front of it, and it said, "I am Kenough." And I kind of chuckled, and the theater laughed about it because that was really cute. But I hope that everyone that was laughing realized how important that message, because you know the women more in control. It ended up reassuring the men that they're enough too. And I think in the real world, men had taken up place of power for years and years, but now we're finally out as well because women were told they're enough and that they're just as important, you know, and we're at that level. Also in the same society today, women are kind of dogging, if that makes sense, dogging men, and think that women are superior, and I don't roll with that at all, you know. You can't trade toxic masculinity for toxic feminism and say that, but I kind of feel like that's literally what's happening, and I don't agree with it. But if you've seen the movie, please comment down what you agree with me and what you disagree with. Tell me. We can talk about it respectfully, you know, just be very nice comments. I won't, you know, just intelligent debate, you know, on it, because it's a serious topic. And I mean, I just hope that at the end there, it was, you know what? I doubt that the movie was trying to touch on toxic feminism at all. It was trying to touch on toxic masculinity and how women should, but equal means equal, not superior. Let me know what you think, and if you've not seen the movie, I suggest you watch it because it's very beautiful, but I already spoiled it for you. But if you still want to watch it after I spoiled it, you should really watch it and experience it for yourself because it's beautiful. And pay attention to the end of that movie, you know, and come back and tell me what you think. So thanks for watching. But yeah, go see Barbie. Bye!